How's it going, guys? I'm Josh. I'm feeling very motivated right now. I got up at 7 a.m., made an 8 a.m. skate session at LES, got a couple clips. I'm just feeling pretty good right now. So I'm going to try a very ambitious concept. We're going to do 2 videos in one. I'm going to unbox a bunch of Revive skateboards while telling you a story about my worst date ever. Let's see if we can do this. Now, before we get started, I'm going to be a self-promoting whore really quick and remind you that I have a Snapchat now. I don't talk about it much. Check it out. Okay, so worst date ever. It started last year. I was living in Brooklyn at the time. I was headed into Jersey to go cliff jumping, and I was sort of into the idea of meeting girls on public transit because I just gotten a date on the subway the week before. I was feeling confident. So I meet this cute Australian girl on the bus to Jersey and talk for a couple minutes, and at the end I get her number, and she was just touring from Australia and only here for I think like a week or so, and she really wanted to see New York because it was her first time. We have, let's see, interestingly enough, I'm not seeing an Andy Schrock note. Oh, yep, just a little crushed. Josh, the Eiffel Tower will always look like a modern image of something that you hope to see as, okay, I'm just writing nothing, I'll be honest. Excellent. One of the things this girl mentioned while she was on the bus is that she had a bucket list of things she wanted to do in New York. So when I texted her, I'm like, hey, let's see this bucket list. I'm just curious. And she sent it over, and it was this very doable bucket list of like cliche, dumb New York stuff that could be knocked out pretty efficiently if you know what you're doing. It was like walk the Brooklyn Bridge, go to one of the best pizza spots, Katz's Deli, stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, I can do 10 of these things in one day. And this is where I went very wrong. I overpromised. You should always underpromise on dates and overdeliver. Start with one thing, and if it goes well, maybe do more. Don't offer 10 things at once when you barely know the girl. Terrible idea. We have a Revive hoodie right here, I think. And this is the new fall line. All right. At this point, I've made this big promise. We've set a date. I'm feeling very confident because I made a huge claim. I'm like gonna show her all of New York in one day, which would have been very cool if we hit it off. So anyway, we go to our first spot, which is Katz's Deli in Lower East Side on Houston Street. And it's just a cheesy, touristy spot. Maybe not even worth it if you're living in New York. But she wanted to do it, and I'm down with it. And she was cute, and I was excited. And we get our food, and we sit down, things are going great, and then she starts eating. I'm gonna stop the story here at a very important moment to show you the tie-dye hoodie. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. I'm into this. So, we get our food, we're eating, and she takes a bite, and she just starts chewing with her mouth open. I'm like, okay, this is odd, maybe it's an Australian thing, I don't know. And it just gets progressively worse and worse throughout the meal. She's chewing with her mouth open, food is flying out of her mouth, and I know this sounds very nitpicky, but it was repulsive. And I know it's not an Australian thing, this is just a gross girl thing. She was awful. Yeah, I was so put off by it that I suddenly just found her wildly unattractive. I didn't even want to look at her. I was just really grossed out. And I don't know if that sounds like very nitpicky and like obnoxious of me to say, but like, it was not doing it for me, and some things just put you off. I guess things that put me off are girls that don't know how to eat. So I was really not into it, but I made this big claim. Got a new Revive shirt. I really like this new font they have going on for this line of clothing. And I still had 9 more things on our agenda. I was so in over my head at this point, but I'd overpromised, and she was still pretty cool, like interesting person, fun to talk to. I was just like grossly unattracted to her and sort of annoyed and just a little frustrated because I'd committed this day to this girl that suddenly I don't really want to spend that much time with. And I hope that doesn't sound superficial, like I only want to hang out with girls that I'm wildly attracted to. And that's not true. It's not true at all. But on a date, that's sort of the premise, and it just felt like the date had been kind of spoiled, you know? I love hanging out with friends platonically, but this was not the context, and it was a bummer for sure. Got some dinosaurs. Okay, sick. Interesting tea. Cool. At this point, I still had a lot of stuff to do, and I decide, all right, like she's dedicated her day to me. I can't bail. Like it's way too early, and it's like 10 a.m. at this point. So I'm like, all right, I'll take her for a few things, and like we walk the Brooklyn Bridge. We got one of the best pizza spots in Dumbo. We ate by the water. I took her to an eclectic coffee shop, and I think I knocked maybe like five 5 things off her list. Walking the Brooklyn Bridge. I hate walking bridges, by the way. People make this big thing like, oh, you gotta walk this bridge. You can't drive it, you can't bike it, you gotta walk the bridge all the way across. I'm like, this is dumb. I know what the bridge is all about. Do not need to walk it with thousands of tourists. Okay, cool Revive shirt. I like the circular thing we have going on. Black is always a good color for shirts, and things are solid. So back to this girl. I take her for like 5 things. I spend maybe 2-3 hours with her, a substantial amount of time. And at this point I'm like, all right, like she's in a coffee shop, she's happy, she's drinking her tea or whatever. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm gonna excuse myself. I got something I realized I have to do. And you know what? Like, this might sound bad as if I'm like bailing on this girl, but it'd be bad if I bailed on her right away. I showed her a pretty solid day for a good 3 hours. So, you know, I don't feel bad about this. I do feel bad about over-promising. I mean, the day was pretty lined up to even end with like, you know, rooftop, sunset. Like, it was such an ambitious day. So moral of the story, guys, is maybe save those dream dates for someone you know you're gonna like and you know knows how to chew their food. That's crucial. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. She wanted to hang out again actually, so I guess that wasn't that terrible. But I wasn't having it. I was sort of over it. And if for some reason she ends up seeing this video, I'm not gonna say her name. I'm sorry for for correcting your eating I'm sorry for this is ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. If you see this video, I'm sorry for correcting your eating habits. Someone needed to tell you. This is gonna make your life better now because now you know you need to change and people are gonna love you more because you're a good person, but this is such a ridiculous thing. All right, we got some Jessup grip tape. Looks like 3 or 4 rolls. I don't even wanna unroll it because there's so much in here and I don't wanna roll it back up. We'll start with stickers and then move on to the decks. Okay, we have a half a pack of chewing gum. Thank you for that. They always throw some like random stuff into my package. A little keychain thing. I have no idea what this is. It's fun though. I'm such a sucker for stickers. I try and carry them around on me, so if you ever see me, say what's up and hopefully I'll have some Revive stickers for you. More dinosaur themed stuff. Ooh, okay, we have some superhero trading cards. Multiple Man and Serin. I'm probably mispronouncing that and you guys are gonna hate me for not knowing enough about video games and comic books. Those are definitely 2 things that I wish I got more into because I just feel like I'm lacking in general knowledge. This looks sick. Welcome to the world of Zooborns. Okay, this looks like a children's book from Chick-fil-A. Some cute baby animals on here. What's not to like? Oh my god, this is lovely. Look at this baby sea otter. This is the best part of the package, undoubtedly. I love skateboarding. I love baby sea otters. Way more than that. Actually, that might be a stretch. It's a tie. It's a tie. Baby tigers, though? Game changing. Oh my god. Look at this baby elephant. I'm gonna stop showing you them in a second, but look at this baby elephant. Oh, Revive packages are great. More stickers. Now for the decks. An interesting thing I just noticed is all of them have the natural wood ply look instead of the colored, which is interesting. It looks kind of cool. I haven't ridden just like a wooden plain color board in a long time. So starting off strong, we have yellow and purple, 8.25, just classic Revive logo. This is just a stylish looking board that I'm very excited to ride. I love it when they keep it simple, honestly. This is great. Next off, plain again. Okay, this is pretty cool. Just the simple black and white. This is even better than the yellow and purple. It's just a very modest graphic. It's not trying to be anything that it's not, and it's perfect. I really like this line of boards. Ooh, this is sick. My friend, Johnny Geiger, is now a professional skateboarder. Turned pro by Revive, I think just last week. And he loves watermelons, so he has a watermelon board. All these boards are 825. This is so sick. I mean, I've been watching Johnny YouTube videos for ages. Still haven't met him, so maybe it's presumptuous to call him a friend. I'd like to think we'd hit it off though. I feel like I know him having seen so many videos. Very happy for Johnny. Congratulations, Johnny Geiger. All right, and last off, we have, I mean, it has claws. There's probably a name for it that I don't know. It's usually how these videos go. You guys know the product way better than I do, and I just sound ungrateful. But I'm actually stoked on all this stuff, and I'm very happy about everything. So I should just end this by saying thank you, Andy and Brian and everyone at Revive. Casey Beckler, he packages these, I think, for all of this awesome products. It's so cool to be on the team. And I cannot wait for this Revive video to drop. I've been filming my butt off for the last 2.5 years. I have a lot of footage that I can't wait for everyone to see. And it's gonna come, I think in February, I wanna say. The video's dropping at some point in the next couple months, and I can't wait. So hopefully you guys have the same shared excitement as I do and you enjoyed this unboxing story time. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments if you want to hear more bad date stories, because I actually have a lot of them. I have a couple for sure. And if you want to see more unboxings or setups or all that stuff, just, let me know. Well, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. You know what? Last thing I want to say is you should go watch my mockumentary on Andy Schropp, the owner of Revive. We spent the summer making it and editing it, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. Got some great cameos from John Hill, Sam Tabor, Max Mayberry, all those dudes. That's all I have to say. Goodbye. It's good to have a dramatic noise to end the video. Cool.